Here are 7 things that we learned from Kaizer Chiefs to Sekhukhune 1. Hello and welcome to Coast Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Say Football Club number 1 at Milson Dove is pure class, and I'm glad that we have him back. I am also scared because he gets injured a lot, and him being there, it's such a contrast to Utlandi. Because you know what? Utlandi, I said, he always gives you a game of 5-6-ish. Dove gives you that 9 out of 10 in every game. He always fights. He always gives everything. And obviously, cherry on top of all of this is the fact that he did score a goal for Chiefs that ended up winning us the game. But he just oozes class, he oozes confidence, he does everything that you need from a player. So shout out to Ed Milson for doing the nice things for us. Number 2, Kivin Msimango is in trouble. Kivin Msimango is in so much trouble. We always say that when players are given an opportunity to play, they should deliver. And Jabulo Ngobo was given an opportunity, and boy did he deliver. Came out, he was playing well, his recovery, his confidence on the ball, playing out from the back. He's just then Jabulo Ngobo that we signed from Swallows. Knowing that Kivin Msimango didn't have the greatest of the last 2-3 games, and for Ngobo to come in and do that, what justification can Tsegi give for playing Msimango ahead of Ngobo after that game? So Msimango is really in trouble, and I feel bad for him. Number 3, the midfield setup of Kaizer Chiefs is worrying. What am I talking about? If you're at the stadium, I think it's also different when you're watching from TV and the stadium, because when you're watching from TV, they are showing you who has the ball and they are showing you, around where the ball is. If you are watching at the stadium, you can see that when you have the ball, Matt is there, he's just in the middle, but you have Castillo wide, so wide, and then you have Matt isolated in the middle. So when there's turnover of position, Matt has to cover all that ground because Castillo is recovering from being wide and coming back into midfield. So teams can catch Chiefs easy on transitions because there's too much space between our midfielders. Sometimes Matt has the ball, Castillo's out there, and that's a setup from the coach. And that's affecting the performance of Castillo, but it's also affecting the performance of Matt because it does look like a headless chicken because he's getting the ball, there's no one around him, ends up losing the ball, we end up conceding the goal. You see that the elite coaches like Peps and others, they try by all means to make sure that in your midfield, you always have a lot of people. And what they end up doing actually is overload the midfield by adding even center backs into that midfield. But what we do, we actually take people out of our midfield. I don't know where that is coming from. Really, it worries me because it doesn't get us playing well. What also worries me is that 70% of you who watch this video and this channel are not subscribed. That's not right. Please do subscribe. Moving on to number 4. Number 4 is Pule Modi will be the next person to sit out the next game. Because I don't know whether it's his confidence levels or what happened. But whenever he gets the ball, it's either he's going to be safe and pass the ball back, which I think also has to do with coaching because sometimes players are told don't take too many risks. Modi looks like now he's scared to take people on. And when he does try to take people on, he loses the ball a lot. And yes, I know if you're a winger, you are likely going to lose the ball because it's your job to try and beat people. But there's just something off with him because Sile is a winger. He still takes on people and he wins most of the time. Dupree is even smaller, but he still takes on people, but he wins. So I feel like there's something, don't know whether it's something that is just disturbing Modi. And I hope that he recovers his form before that position is given to someone else. Number 5 is I don't like the situation with our forwards. Let's start with the good. Dupree always gives you something, right? He will always perform. It doesn't matter where you play him, even if you play him as a goalkeeper. But right now, I feel like our coach has not understood how our forwards actually function. Take Sahile. Sahile is not a player that you start a game with. He's going to try and give you everything and obviously create chances, aggressive. But Sahile works best in the second half. I will keep on saying this. Sahile comes in on the 60th minute. Defenders are tiring and he brings that aggression. He brings that speed. Now people are going to commit fouls and you're going to get set pieces and he can also score goals himself. But if you bring him on in the first half, everyone is still fresh and then they will track him down, they will close him down, and sometimes it's going to look like he's not effective. Then you have Dupree. With Dupree, he's playing as a number 9. Denkeshli Dupree is a winger. So play him there as a winger. Bring on a number 9 there, because in any case, you have Gonzalez, you have Ranga. But I feel like Ranga has not been given a fair chance playing as a striker, which is very important. I'm saying playing as a striker, because what they do, they make him a false 9. By false 9, for those of you who don't know what a false 9 is, you play as a 9, but you are asked to go into midfield, collect the ball, pass the ball wide, then go into the 18 and try to finish off the chances. And by the time he gets to the 18, he misses the chances because he's been running so much, or he gets injured, or he's not effective in the game because he's trying to combine with the people who are playing in midfield. And as we've established, the reason why we are going to need a striker to go to midfield in the first place is because you've taken out midfielders and you've put them wide. So the system of playing a false 9 with the strikers that we have, it's not make sure. Just give them a chance as target men, keep them there in the box, let them try to attack the ball. Bring back Castillo into midfield, and then let our fullbacks overlap. And then wingers push in, and now we're around the box. Instead of this thing, pushing too much width, and only to find that width makes us vulnerable to counter-attacks. So I'm really not happy with our forwards and how they are actually set up. Number 6 is the big one, and I've already said this. The usage of subs just sucks. Zoom in, we're about to make 3 subs because the team is not performing at all. And then we score a goal from a set piece. Now the coach is telling Mduduzi Shabalala to sit down. He's no longer coming on. We've already talked about how that is affecting the confidence of Mduduzi Shabalala. Even after that, the 2 subs that were supposed to come in, it still took 5 minutes because they were stood there. At 55, they were called back to warm up. At 58, they were ready. I'm just looking at them. But it was until the 63rd minute, and then they were finally brought in because there were still things that were being changed. Yes, someone will say, Panpilo, we just scored a goal, so tactics were going to change. Change for what? Change for what? Because that goal was a draw goal. It wasn't like we are winning now, so our tactics need to change because we are trying to preserve what we have. No, it's a draw. And the goal did not actually come from combining and playing well. It was a set piece. So I wouldn't say that affected how tactical we were approaching the game. They end up sitting down, and then they are not sure how they're going to make the next subs. And even when they make subs, they still leave Matt in the ground. And Matt in that game was already tired because he was having to cover a lot of ground. That guy has been played then, overused and overworked. So I don't understand how we still fail to read the game. And I know it sounds like I'm being negative. We won. No, we won. But remember, we're playing Cape Town City on the 3rd, right? That's good. End of the month, we're playing Lamontville Golden Arrows. After that, we're playing the Soweto Derby. I do not want to be found wanting against Pirates. So if we're not correcting these mistakes, the other teams are looking. Number 7, Matlo's mentality. You can see that he wants to fight for the team. He wants to give everything for the team, which is the same thing that I can say for Dove, which is the same thing that I can say for a player like Dupree. So that is good because we have players who are not just playing for Kaizer Chiefs for vibes, but they are playing for Kaizer Chiefs. They are playing for the badge and they want to give it their all. And I appreciate that. What did I forget to mention? Let me know down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelu Moya.